Hello and welcome to WorkWise OnContact CRM training. Today we're going to learn about importing data into CRM 7. We will import a file that contains contacts and companies and information related to those like phone numbers and addresses. We will see how CRM 7's predefined templates can be used to simplify the import process. To start out, the import utility is located in the Setup area under Modules. Note the Setup icon is only accessible if the Setup and Maintenance group is assigned to your CRM login. User group assignment is managed on the User Edit page, also located in the Setup area. When you open the import, you will be presented with a list of templates which are predefined mappings that match many common import files. Sample Excel spreadsheets that match those templates can be found on our installed DVD in the Import Samples folder. If you don't have those files or can't find them, please contact our call center and we will send them to you. These files are guides that can be used to match your import file to one of our import templates. Doing this will make the import process as simple as a few mouse clicks. Here is a list of all supplied templates and the type of data they're mapped to. The company import is used when your import file contains only company information. The contact import is used when your import file contains only contact information. Use the company import with contact when your file has both companies and contacts, and there is only one contact per company. The contact import company is for files that have companies and contacts where there are many contacts per company. This is the one we'll be using in our training. The user import is useful when there are a large number of users to be added to CRM. Note these templates are all based on Microsoft Excel version 2007 or higher and have a header row which helps when mapping columns. Data can also be imported from comma-separated, tab-delimited, or pipe-delimited text files. For this training, we'll import a data file that exactly matches our contact import with company template. This will result in a very simple import, eliminating the need to map columns, which we will look into later in this video. So to start off, pick a template that matches your data. As mentioned, we will use the Contact with Company template since it does match our data file. Clicking a template in CRM will open the Import File page. From here, click the Select File button on the far right-hand side and choose your import file. Please note that this file must not be open in any other program or our import will not be able to load it. The first few rows of your data file will load into the preview window toward the bottom of this page. If everything looks good and you're sure this is the correct file, click the Next button, which opens the Map Columns page. The column list on the left is called Import Field and shows the column headers from your import file. The right-hand column list, called Template Field, shows the columns in CRM that your data will be imported into. If everything matches here, no changes or adjustments to column mapping will be necessary. Click the Next button, which then opens the Run page. Clicking the Run button will begin the import process. Once all of the data in the file is imported, the Review page will open indicating how many records imported successfully. Total number of records should match number of records processed. There are several options available on the Review page that can be used to work with the newly imported data. The Create New Marketing Campaign option adds a new marketing campaign and assigns the imported data as targets to the campaign. Open List page and select New Records opens a standard list page that shows the newly imported data in the Results area. The same options on search pages are available here, including mail merge, email merge, workflows, and so on. The Delete Newly Inserted Rows option removes the newly imported data from the database. It will not delete any other data, only what was just imported during this session. If there are any issues with your import file, you will see a message indicating what the issue is. The Open File Containing Failed Rows option will open an Excel spreadsheet with the rows that failed. One of the most common issues is import data that is too large for the corresponding field in CRM. For example, the title column in CRM can hold a title that's 100 characters long. If your import file has a title longer than that, it will display a message indicating this. The opened file containing failed rows feature will then place that data into a spreadsheet where you can correct the issue and then import the failed rows from that file. Please note these options must be used before closing the import page or logging out of CRM. Now let's take a look at how to import a data file where the columns don't line up exactly with one of our templates. One option is to start from scratch and build an entirely new import. This isn't difficult, although could be fairly time-consuming. A better option is to modify your data file to match one of our existing templates as close as possible. Then use the corresponding import template in CRM. After that, you'll manually map any columns that don't line up. So let's say we end up with a few extra columns in the data file. The first few steps will be the same as our first example, except that you will see blank rows in the template field column for those fields on the mapping page. This means those columns are not mapped to a column in the database and therefore will not be imported. To resolve this, click the Edit option on the top right of the mapping page. Click the Select File option and reload your file. A dialog box will appear indicating there are new columns in the file and mapping doesn't exist for those columns. Click Yes at that prompt, then click Next to go to the mapping page. Scroll down in the import columns and you should see columns with a red X next to them. This indicates that the column is in the import file but not mapped. Click on one of those columns and then click the Click to Define link in the middle area. Pick the column to map to from the list that will appear and then click OK. Do this for each unmapped column. Once columns are properly mapped, click Next to go to the Run page and then click Run to import the file. The import can be saved at this point or saved as a new import if you have additional files with the same mapping so that the mapping process doesn't have to be repeated. After that, the remaining steps are the same as our first example. This concludes the OnContact CRM Import training video. Today we learned how to find and open the OnContact CRM utility, examined our predefined templates and how they can help with import mapping, covered the steps of importing a simple data file, and finally explored some useful options for working with the newly imported data. Thank you for your attention. Feel free to contact us with questions, concerns, or suggestions via the chat feature built into OnContact or by phone at 1-800-227-9594 or email callcenter@workwiseinc.com.